Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for update number 4. It's been a long time since update number 3, but we are back. The league has been up and kicking, and some of you have played some of the greatest football we've seen so far. Starting in the alphabetical order that was proposed, the Austrian Premier Division is first. From there, we jump into Belarus, where Neman Grodno lead by 35 points. There's only 1 point that separates them to second place Dynamo Minsk. In the Jupiler Pro League, Genk and Kotrich share 11 points each, while Waterloo are 10th, with 10 points. Oostende, 9 points, while Beerschot has 6 points. Van Goota plays for Beerschot. See more about him later on. Dinamo Zagreb having a tough time defending their title as they are 4th with 9 points, while the first place had 14 points. Same thing in Czech First Republic, where Sparta Prague find themselves in 6th. The Danish league Copenhagen is off and kicking, with AGF also having 14 points each. The Premier Division is a bit different, but we can still see the stats as Manchester City and Liverpool have 9 points each. So far, so good. The Sky Bet Championship is giving us a bit more surprises, with Norwich and Southampton at 16th and 20th. Potentially not good for them. Bolton and Blackpool, title favourites so far this season, but they're in first and second. In Sky Bet League 2, we're really seeing football being played. There's no point that separates first and 6th place. We're seeing similar things in the Vanarama National League, as only 1 point separates the playoffs to 10th. And in the National League North, very similar points distribution, with 3 points separating 18th and playoff spot. So we're seeing new things. Paris Saint-Germain lead League 1 Uber Eats. Definitely not surprising. We're kind of expecting them to blitz their way through. In League 2, Auxerre is trying to fight back for promotion to League 1, and so is Bordeaux. The Bundesliga has finally kicked off. Bayern Munich also lead. Kane with already 3 goals. Very interesting. In Bundesliga 2, SBVG Fürth find themselves in first place. Kaiserslautern 4th, or rising giants. In the Tredje La Liga, Borussia Dortmund second team are safe. Not that we expect them to get promoted. In Greek, AK Athens are in third, trying to defend your title. Ferencváros lead the Hungarian Premier Division. Mazzoli definitely has been a bit of help for that. Saint Athletic has not dropped their title challenge since the first week, so they continue in first place. The Serie A also 2 weeks in, just like the Bundesliga. Juventus, wow, first. Inter in 6th after 2 games. Still much to be played. Brescia, first place in the Serie B, fighting for promotion into the Serie A. In the Eredivisie, Ajax are in 6th place, definitely higher up than they are in the real life, but PSV lead the league. Molde are having a really tough time defending their title. They are in 6th place, just like Sparta Prague were. In Poland, Warta Poznan, 6 games in, 14 points. Lots of clubs with 14 points after 6 games. The Portuguese Premier League sees Sporting with 12 points. Mediterranean was the highest goal scorer there. In the Romanian First League, not much has changed since last episode, so there isn't really much to comment on. The Finnish Premier League, where Rangers and Celtic both have 9 points after 3 games, so they're undefeated so far. Goal difference separates them. Nothing much to comment on the Finnish Championship. Potentially that Adrianians could run away with the title, so with the looks of it. Crvena Zvezda, first in the Serbian Super League. We're trying to get through most of this league before we start looking at the performances. I can promise you we have good performances coming up in a few minutes, so there's nothing to be scared about. Real Madrid, well, they're in 5th place. Tight. The rivals Atletico are first with 9 points. That's crazy. Levante in 10th, fighting back for promotion to La Liga. That's definitely something for us to keep our eyes on. And the Federation First Division, Teruel are fighting for promotion to La Liga 2. Not like we're going to be looking much into that division. Malmö FF, one of the big giants in Sweden, fighting while Djurgården on 8th. That's not something you'd see. Oh wow, all the big giants in Sweden were pretty low down. While in the Swiss Super League, Young Boys continue a dominant spell with 13 points. They were really one of the big teams in Swiss, and with one less game played, they were really up and kicking. Galatasaray, potentially a team where the streets will not forget. Mauro Icardi, Wilfred Zaha, they're all in 2nd place. Shakhtar Donetsk is another good team in Ukrainian Premier League. 1st place for them, 12 points. And here it is. The first person we're looking at is Mark Sloan, who was able to give an assist in Lomo's 2-1 victory against. And then here we have Berchot Van Kutzer with the really good performance. We're also going to be seeing a bit more from news coming from his side later on. Liam Foggin here for Royal France Borens. An interesting fact is he's actually just been loaned out to Royal France. And Clue NXT Vitamans, if you've been following the Instagram, you've heard about him and you know how good he was in the last game. He's carrying on this performance again. And then in the next game, he also carries on this performance. He's putting out the trend we're going to be seeing among wingbacks throughout the episode. In here for Sparta Prague, while you can have Pupov with the assist. Definitely not helped by that red card. Sparta Prague are going to be having a tough time defending their title. Next game though, he's on the score sheet as he scores the 1-0 victory. For Lyngby, we're looking at Mikkelsen in defense, really good player, and he's really playing really well at this moment. Yeah, we're seeing B Hare, who came off the bench and actually had a really good performance. Not often you see goalkeepers come off the bench and play that well. In Everton, Bob the Builder would come off the bench and score the equaliser. What a player, what a game, what a goal. In League, we're looking at Tammy B, who came off the bench and actually had a really good game. Or came out of loan. And the same thing is very similar performances in the Sky Championship where Sven was the only goal scorer. For Lincoln, Dorga, who scored in the last game, has also scored in this game. Good performance from him, really. Dorga again with his 2nd goal here. I think he's on 3 goals so far this season. Really good performance from him. Ionu is in goal for Cambridge. Another solid clean sheet from his side. And in the next game, he carries on with another really solid clean sheet. He's one of the better performing goalkeepers in his save. For Portsmouth, we're seeing that trend of wingbacks really playing really well. And then carrying on that performances with wingbacks, we have Obi-Wan Kenobi really playing really well again. He takes that on to his next game too. So it's very similar performances from the wingbacks. Another player to come off the bench is Darth Potation, who would score in this game. Wonderful from his. Ponchu, really good performance. That defensive midfield, the assist, very good performance from him. And then he goes onto the score sheet in the next game. He's similar. We had another player who did that a bit earlier. And here we're looking a bit at Leon Kingo, Dr. Elvis Leon Kingo. The first goal in the 32nd minute, helping his side with a 2-0 victory. And next game, he's not on the score sheet, but he plays really well. So, very good performance from the striker. Darlington, we have Cook. Good performance from his side too. Wasn't on the score sheet. Although Arsenal lose, Malik, another wing back, has a really good performance. His counterpart Saravanan doesn't have that good. But Saravanan would have a better performance, bouncing back with a goal, while Malik really continues this good performance he's having. Kuba in the defensive midfield really protecting his side as they win 2-1. And then Kuba again, this time with the assist, as his side is able to keep a clean sheet, 2-0. In Birmingham, someone didn't like Lukaku, so they put Lukaku as a wing-back, and he had an assist. Then Tongan Brandt for Brighton under-21s. Brandt, again, another wing-back with a good performance. We're really seeing those wing-backs play really well. Seaworth, another wing-back carrying it on. Team of the month is not going to be easy. The wing-back positions are stacked, especially the right-back. Daniels in midfield with the assist. He's able to make one assist to Cole, who scores a brace in that game. If you've been guessing the position of the next player, yes, it's Sean, the wing back. You just keep guessing and you're probably going to get the next one right. But no, it's a defensive midfielder this time, T-Tray. Really good performance from him. Another assist from defensive midfield. Omoyen couldn't get onto the score sheet, but he was able to make an assist, which gave him a really good performance, really dropping in. In the next game, he would score a penalty nonetheless, but it's still a goal. Goal is a goal. Jurgen Klopp's kids, as they are called nowadays, are having a field day. Monroe with its goal. And in the next game, Klopp's kids, they do lose. Troika gets injured, but he actually scores. Monroe again with another fine performance. Man United, Ten Hag also has a bit of kids. Bob Kins there, we've seen him play really well. Ward, Peterson with a goal from the defense. And in the derby, Bob Kins shows he's a big game player by actually scoring. Very good performance from Bob Kins. He's really establishing himself in this under-21 side. In the next game, Ten Hag would send a bit of more first-team players, but Peterson would play and Ward would have the better performance as Bob Kins would come off the bench. Tottenham would also have a bit of community players, Maduka and Watson specifically, but Darrington would steal the show with his goal. The Wolves centre-back partnership sees Gordon and Silva have very good defensive style, with Gordon actually being on the score sheet. He's one of the players to score a goal, so that's good. In the next game, we see Brown score a goal, so that's very good for his side. Oh, he makes an assist. My bad, he's actually an assister. Jumping back to Tottenham under 21s, we see Watson and Maduka again. Very good performance from them both. And then to Arsenal, where we have quite a few players too. Malik is unfortunately the only one who gets to play. Wing back, good performance. Very solid wing backs we've seen this episode. In this game, one other defensive player shines a lot, Tenyan. Defensive players are really shining right now. And then in the Manchester United, Bob Kins with a goal and an assist. Really good performance from him. Peterson would also be on the pitch, so something we can carry on as United continue the good run of form. In this game, a hat-trick by Anderson would outshine Fake Pelé, who actually gives an assist to him. Potentially two, it's hard to see with those stats. A really good performance from Fake Pelé. Good performance from Rainman, who's on the assists, or he helps provide a goal against Liverpool in the 18s. Again, we'd see a Derby who shows a good goalkeeping performance. Chris Mariner had the same performance last episode, so really good from his side. Mensah would be on the score sheet for this Chelsea game against Norwich, so that's good for him and for community, really. Daniel will play for Colchester, good performance on his side. The under-21s in England have been stacked with good performances, and it even continues all the way into the Aston Villa. Kuba, again, really good performance. So you can see that the under-18 players are going to be carrying some teams. Kuba's put into the defense. That's not something we expected a lot, but it's happened. Well, versatile player, that's for sure. Fake Pele, he assisted last we saw him. He scored an assist in this one. Wonderful from him, really. Watson, again, on the goal scoring sheet. He's been on the goal scoring sheet in this game for Tottenham. And Maddison, a wing back who plays really well. We're seeing lots of it. We're seeing lots of wing backs. And yeah, we'll see Maggie again, another wing back. Like I've been saying, choosing team of the month with his wing backs is going to be difficult. With even McGee having two really solid performances in one episode. The wing backs on left and right have been balling this episode. It's unbelievable how well they've been balling. Jumping to Germany, Borussia Dortmund's Callaway is among the goal scorers after 3 goals in 8 minutes. And in the next game where Freiburg played, Mulhans was a really good goalkeeper and goal. Well, where else would he play? And then there we have quite a few players. Kiel would absolutely run rackets against Wolfswacker, but Sarau is the one we're looking at in that game. And then Holmsen for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Defensive midfielders and wing backs have been shining this game. I told him Mazzoli. I mean, what are we expecting? It's Mazzoli. He's always going to be there. Botley Yates would score, but no, he's gotten an injury. Let's hope it's not going to be for long. Probably going to see more about that injury later on. Zanetti scores. Sylvia has a really good performance in that defense. What a game. Next up, we're looking Greco, who has fired himself into this Fiorentina side. 2 goals for him. Ferrans for Sassuolo on the 20s, defensive midfielder. Again, another defensive midfielder. Probably going to be fighting that spot with Cuba. Tremonti is able to score for Fiorentina's under 20s. Very good performance from him. Musad was on that pitch too. Assist for the defensive midfielder Bentancur, or they would have a pretty poor game. He still managed to assist. Kelun would assist in as he would have a better game. 7.0 was seeing defensive midfield as another stack position in this save. Kelun assist again, but this time it was a poor performance. Definitely not helping his title, his challenge for Team of the Month. Oreo King in the defensive midfield, challenging for defensive midfield. Why are we even looking at it? Coley, definitely one of the best performances we've seen from defensive midfielder this episode. But really, really good performance. Carries it 2 games in a row. What a man, Coley there. Again, another really good defensive midfield performance. Yeah, we're looking a bit into Domagalski, the goalkeeper for Water Poznan. Really good performance from him side. 2 good games in a row for him, so really good performance again. Katekai, what a performance. He's definitely joining Bobkins on that, waiting to have a really good performance. Midfield challenger Chow, really good performance from his side too. And then Aubrey carries on with a good performance in defense for Patrick Thistle. Shambles with a goal as Aberdeen would lose to Rangers in penalties. Definitely not what you like to see all the time. The next player to come up is Kay Lee for Deportivo La Coruña before Kaya gets a chance at Besiktas under 19. Very good performance from another defensive midfielder. Omar would play really well in the Europa League by scoring the decisive goal for Ajax. And then Mazzoli would come off the bench and score the only goal for Ferencváros against Athens. What a player, Mazzoli. Liam Foggin, we talked a bit about him. He went to Royal France, had a good start directly off from loan. Van Kuta, man of the match from the first games we looked. 4 dribbles, 4 key passes. Great game for him. Calderon would also, who played for Man United, would also be man of the match nominee. Tammy B, we talked about him. He went out alone, had another great impact directly. We're seeing a lot of these kind of players going out of loan and having good impact. Another year is the first wing backs to get a man of the match. Malik, who played for Ajax. We talked about Bob Cadence in that Newcastle game. He was really, really good. I like it. Bob Cadence really showing us what it means to play good goalkeeper, good offense. Chris Marinat, 24 passes completed, 100% from the goalkeeper. Unbelievable. Colin Ternyan, really good player from the 16-year-old. Tremonti, who played in the under-20s, 4 dribbled. He was also among the youngsters. We're seeing lots of youngsters getting this man of the match awards. They deserve it, to be honest. It's completely deserved. And I say we have a good prospect of players coming up. Some of these guys are the next big thing. Couldn't boost my ego, will become the youngest ever player to play in the Swiss Cup. What a record for him. He would not be the only one to break a record. So would Aruka for Sporting CP. And then Butley Yates, that injury, 5 weeks injury. Definitely not what we like to see from our first ever goal scorer. Sean Jones would leave Everton to go to Coventry. A very interesting loan. Nürnberg would loan Borussia Dortmund's Ahmad Houdini. Ooh, Houdini the magician. Let's hope he puts a bit of magic into Nürnberg. As Coventry loaned Tyrese Geese. Yeah, we see Wittemans. Van Kuto somehow did not get involved in this team of the week, which is a bit, well, someone must have really beaten him there. Pupov from the Romanian league, really good player. And then, yeah, we had Aubrey, who played really well in the Cinch second division. And thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you have a nice weekend, and I see you again very soon in the next episode. Thank you very much. As always, I'm your host, Flypass.